no numbers, there's no pictures, there's no videos, there's no gameplay. I don't like it.
Yo, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope everyone's having a good day so far. Today, Freemers, we are back with another Free Realms video. This time around, we're going to be covering the Reddit, which, if you guys don't know, this is how I get some of my information for Free Realms. I mean, it's my main source of info other than whatever goes on in the Free Realms Sunrise Discord server. I get updates in my own server. But the point is, this video is going to be over a post that I read, and I wanted to talk about because I don't, when it comes to Free Realms, a lot gets lost in drama, in discussions, and we kind of forget what makes Free Realms Free Realms. And I did a short on a Reddit post from this Reddit, just going over some basic information, to educate you Freemers out there. This post is a little different because I just want to talk about it, and we don't cover things on the Reddit that often, not as much as we used to, because not a lot's going on. But I feel like discussing this post is, we should talk about it because it's very important to the community that we have these kind of talks or just discussions. So let's dive into it. So this Reddit post is by a user Nights Like This, which it's a pretty nostalgic username. I like that. It's a pretty good one. I'm gonna read over this whole thing for you guys, and we're gonna kind of discuss things line by line as we do. So let's start with the title. I'm heartbroken. This will be a little long, so I apologize in advance. Thank you to anyone who reads this. I just need to get this off my chest. Okay, so this is probably going to be, I've already read it, but from that one sentence, seems like it's going to be kind of an emotional Reddit post. We don't see a lot of Reddit posts like these. It's mainly complaining about Free Realms Sunrise not being a thing, saying how OSFR is a walking simulator, and talking about Palia. So there's a lot to the Reddit, but for the most part, we do not see posts like this, and I do like seeing posts like this. They're like, a little heartwarming to see. But anyway, let's keep going. I played OSFR today, and as excited as I got to see a lot of the old things I used to wear, what my avatar somewhat looked like, and all of the old places I used to play, I couldn't help but want to cry. I couldn't help but feel heartbroken. It almost hurts too much to play. And the thing is about OSFR, it's a walking simulator. I feel like a lot of people, there's different emotions for the walking simulator. For me personally, I will not play it, not because it's just a walking simulator, but because there are people in that part of the community that I do not associate with. But regardless of that point, it is just a walking simulator, and there's not much to do in that. I mean, you could argue that Palia is just a walking simulator, but it's not. It's got a lot of gameplay elements to it. But a lot of people, I think, play OSFR because there's that nostalgia factor in it, and a lot of people want to experience Free Realms again, regardless if it's not in full gameplay. And I do get that. I do, but for me personally, it's not for me. But I do understand the whole nostalgia thing, and the fact that this person said they just wanted to cry, which is just like, it's something, man. I mean, when you think about Free Realms and the toll that game had on us when it was gone, was awful. Like, I believe I've already told if you guys want to look up the video, it's like the first video on this channel, I think, might be the second one. It's in the Free Realms playlist. I have told my story about like what happened when the game shut down and my experience of playing Free Realms. But yeah, it's like, that game took a toll on us. I remember I was in high school. I think it was 2014, so I think I was just starting. No, it was like near the end of my freshman year. So yeah, I was sad because I had to leave because the game was shutting down, and I went to school depressed the entire day. Was not good. And then got back, game was shut down. So a little bit of a story there, but if you want to see the full video, go for it. Let's keep going here. I had an incredibly rough childhood, one filled with abuse. I used Free Realms as an escape for years. It was my entire world from the ages 9 to 14. I have so many memories with this game. I felt like people on Free Realms cared more about me than people in real life. I mean, it almost hurts too much to play. So going to this paragraph, you can kind of see how much of an impact Free Realms had on just this specific person. Like, set aside the drama that we have in the Free Realms Sunrise community itself. Set aside all of that nonsense. It doesn't matter. Like, take a look at this, read this, and then just think for a moment, right? Free Realms, I think, meant a lot to a lot of different people. And the reason I still do content on Free Realms, even though there's nothing going on with Sunrise at the moment, and, the game's basically going nowhere, I like to cover this kind of stuff because Free Realms was that one game that some of us played and we still remember. And it was such a special experience for all of us. But what I really want to talk about is my experience with Free Realms was an escape. And I think it was an escape for a lot of people. And this game was all I thought about in middle school. It was the only thing that got me through middle school. I didn't like the people in school. I did get bullied to an extent. It wasn't fun. It's not fun for anyone. I didn't go through abuse though. I didn't go through that at all. But I did get bullied. There was that time in middle school. I think everyone goes through that in middle school, but it's not fun, man. And not only just Free Realms, of video games in general kind of got me through that. I'm kind of opening up here a little bit, but the point is, Free Realms did a lot for me in middle school. And when I transitioning into high school was the roughest thing because this game wasn't there for me for high school. And I thought it would be. I really did, and it wasn't. And sucks. It really does. But this line right here, I felt like people on Free Realms cared more about me than people in real life. That is how I felt when I was talking to people on that game. It was just these were people that I've never seen, never met, but I could talk to. There is no game like that now. I mean, you've got Palia, right? But Palia is not super social. No one wants to talk to anyone. It's not like Free Realms. It tries to imitate things that Free Realms did, but it will never be that same experience of having a conversation with someone in the game, right? I haven't really experienced that yet. I don't have super huge memories from Palia yet that I enjoy. So, is what it is. We're never going to have that experience again, but yeah, it's rough. It's rough, but let's keep going here. What hurts the most is walking around all the places my friends and I used to play, and they're not there, and I can't talk to them ever again. There's one person in particular I really wish I could talk to again, and that's another thing. It's with OSFR, there's only so much you can do in it. It's just a walking simulator, so you can only walk places to places. I mean, I could just throw up Google Images and just look at an image of a place and be like, I remember that place. And yeah, it's you can walk to all these places, but you can't see the people you used to talk to. I think that's what's depressing about Free Realms trying to be brought back, is that it is not going to be the same. I guarantee you, if we ever get Free Realms Sunrise, and we ever get the full-on experience of the game, it's going to be kind of how Palia is, where people aren't talking, people aren't having conversations. That's what I think it's going to be like. I think people are just going to be kind of antisocial, because Free Realms was such a different time and a lot of us were young, It's different. You know, it was different back then and it'd be different now because of how people are. But I don't know. I don't know if it would be the same. It's hard to say. But yeah, it does kind of suck that you can't talk to those old people that you used to know. We're gonna keep going down this list because I do want to talk about this a lot. So moving on to the one person in particular thing, I talked to him the entire time I was on Freelance, even a year after it shut down. I had his number, but I don't anymore. I know his real name. I have him on Kick from all those years ago. But as much as I wish I could talk to him, I know how weird it would probably be to hear from me 9 years later when we were just kids back then. You know what I say? I think, regardless of it being 9 years ago, give him a call. I think if you have the opportunity to speak to someone you knew who played Freedoms and got you through those tough times, give him a call. Does not matter if it was 9 years ago, even if people have changed, give him a call. Might do a little bit of healing, I don't know, but I think you should take the opportunity to just talk, I think that's super important. And something to add on to this, I don't have an experience in Freedoms where there were people that I knew IRL because I was young. But I do have that feeling when you've met someone online and they're just, you've never met them in real life, but you knew who they were, you talked to them through the internet, and now you can't anymore. I know that specifically. I know that feeling. But it's rough, man. It's rough. And, man, Freedoms was such, it was probably the social experience for younger kids. I think that if we could get, a 1-to-1 of Freedoms without it being Freedoms, that would be great. Pally is not it right now, but I'm sure at some point in the future it might be. Who knows? But anyway, let's keep going. I feel like he wouldn't want to hear from me. I feel like he wouldn't even remember me. I feel so crazy for holding on to someone I never got to meet. Someone I haven't talked to in what feels like a lifetime. I dream about him once in a blue moon. I wonder if anyone else feels this way with someone they played with. Toxic Guy, Jesse J, I don't know who those are. If you ever see... Okay, so reaching out to people they knew in Freedoms. One thing I will say is, I did comment on this. I do feel this way about people I've met, not through Freedoms, but online. I'm just I wish I could talk to those people again. I think it's not a great experience, but if anyone here knows what VR chat is, during the pandemic, I used to go on it just to talk to people, because I think what VR chat was, it's full of you got to find the right setting, but even though it's filled with weirdos and kids, there is that fine line of you can actually talk to some adults on there and you can have a good conversation. But my point is, I think it's worth talking to someone you haven't talked to in a while, even if it means nothing's going to come out of it or you might not be friends. I think it would be a healing thing for this person just to do that. But with the whole VR chat thing, it was a social experience, and I think the reason I went on there, not only to be social and to talk to other people, but to get that kind of Free Realms experience again of being social, because I haven't had a game like that in God knows how long, right? But I think it would be a good idea to reach out and just have a conversation, Let's read the last few paragraphs here. Walking around made me realize how much time has gone by. Since it shut down, my grandma passed away January 2015. Got my license, got my first job, got married and divorced, got a lot of tattoos. I got sugar gliders. I don't know what that is, unfortunately. I blame my love for them on Chatty, even though he's a flying squirrel. I've met so many different people since then. So many things have happened. So many things have changed. I relate to that a lot Because you think back, that was 2014. I was a freshman in high school. Think about that. That's a lifetime ago. Well, it feels like a lifetime ago, but it's not. I think it's only been 11 years, roughly, I think. Yeah. So, but the point is, a lot has changed, you know? Well, I think a lot has changed. I don't know. I graduated. I graduated, got my license. Still working my first job, you know? I've learned a lot over the years. I think more than anything, I've learned so much. I think that's the most important thing, is like learning how to be a better person, learning to be an adult. It's a lot to learn. And I think that's more than anything. And that's basically what this person's saying here. Like, just saying, like, you know, someone important passed away, got a license, got first job, married, to work. Like, that's a lot to go through. Even tattoos, that's another big thing, because those are forever. So, but yeah, you think back to like how Free Realms was just like this fever dream almost. Like, you don't remember it too much, but you know you played it. It's wild, man. It's crazy. The game is so old, and we've grown up so much, and I think that's the thing, because of Free Realms Sunrise now, is we can't play this game, and there's constantly drama in the community, there's constantly things going on, and it's wild. It's wild. We're all adults now. It's like, but we complain about this game never coming out, and we complain about so many things, and really they don't matter. But, you know, this channel, we've gone through a bit of a rising tide. You know, we've talked about the community, we've talked about everything to do with the community, and at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. None of this matters, but we want it to matter because we miss this game so much. But we've changed, we've grown up. A lot has happened. Some people have grown up, some people have not. You know, it is what it is. But yeah, it's wild that we're still, like, we've grown up, but a part of us are just holding on to Free Realms. Like, there's like our child selves are just still inside of us, holding on to Free Realms. We're just not letting go. And I think that's the same thing with me, is like, you know, I make all this content around Palia and Free Realms, and I'm just like, I want this game back. I'll cover it. I'll play it. Any chance I get, you know? But yeah, it's just super interesting. Let's keep going. This game and the friends I had on it helped me survive my childhood. I wish it had been there for me throughout my later teen years as well. I've waited 10 years for it to come back, but I wonder how I would feel if it did. I wonder if I could let go of the fact that all of my old friends aren't there anymore and enjoy the game anyways. I would hope that it would be super populated again, and it would be like it was before. And here's the cold, hard reality of the situation. Just a couple things I want to comment on. I've waited 10 years for it to come back, but I wonder how I would feel if it did. That is the sentence right there. How would we feel if Free Realms came back? Because we're all adults now. Some people are, you know, getting there, you know, but the point is, like, how would we feel if it actually did come back? Because I'm pretty sure I would enjoy it. Maybe not as much as I did when I was a kid, but I would cover it on the channel. I would do all that sort of stuff and enjoy it with you guys and just play it. I think I would like waiting 10 years for it to come back, and then it actually, you know, arriving, which would be wild. I think I would still enjoy it, you know. But then another thing I want to comment on here is I wonder if I could let go of the fact that all my old friends aren't there anymore and enjoy the game anyways. Me personally, I would. There are people that, like, there's people I remember who played Free Realms, like, but I don't remember anyone from that game. I don't. I'm shocked some people do, just crazy. It's wild. And then the other sentence here. Oh, hold on. Let me just finish my thought here. The fact that enjoy the game anyways. I would enjoy the game because I think the difference between then and now is back then I didn't really have any real people I could like have a good time with playing the game. Now, I mean, we got a whole community here in the Discord. Like, there's a bunch of people who are ready to play this game, assuming it does actually come out, and I can't wait to experience that with them. That'll be really cool. Hopefully, everyone will still be on board to play, but we'll see. Then this last sentence, I would hope that it would be super populated again, and it would be like it was before. Here's the thing with that, and it's not 100% concrete. I don't think it's going to be super populated because I feel like on this channel and just the community in general, a lot of bridges have been burned. A lot of people want this game back. I mean, there's 3.3k members on the Reddit. There's probably more in the Freedom Sunrise Discord server. But a lot of burned bridges. I don't think most of the people that have been burned are not going to be coming back to this game. That's the sad reality, is because of the drama, because of everything that's gone on in that server, what I've covered on this channel, I think people are just going to move on. But if this does end up coming back, who knows? I mean, if we, push it enough, I think a lot more people are going to be playing. If we let people in, the Palia Discord know, or people who play Palia know about Free Realms coming back, I think it'll just reignite this want and need to play this game again. But I don't really know. That's just what I'm thinking off the top of my head. I think people are going to remain cautious about the game, but we'll see. The other thing I want to comment on is, would hope it would be super popular again, and it would be like it was before. Sad truth is, I don't think it's going to be like it was before. I think it's going to be the same game we played way back when. But to say it's going to be like it was back when we were young, I'd say no. I think it's going to be different. I don't know how it's going to be different. I just think it's going to have a different feel than it did when we were young. We're going to kind of look at it and go like, this is like a trip. Like, not even like, it's just, I think I can't describe how it would be different. I think it's just going to feel not like it's going to play different. It's going to feel different. Because we're probably going to look at it, play it for a few days or so, and be like, it's the same game, but it's not. Something along those lines. But anyway, I'm going to read the rest of this, and we'll kind of go from there. I changed my name on there so many times, but I remember my name was Marceline Nabadir on there for the longest time because it was Obsessive Adventure Time. And then this last line, I just miss how things used to be. Like, I love this Reddit post because it's filled with nostalgia. It's filled with a story about how much Free Realms meant to this person. Title starts with, I'm heartbroken, and ends with, I just miss how things used to be. Write a novel. You should. I mean, dude, like, this got me thinking a lot. But yeah, I just miss how things used to be. Kind of a wild thing to end on, because again, I feel the same way about that. I just miss how things used to be. And that's like a general like sentence of, like, you think back to the gaming industry, it's so much different than it was back then. I mean, Free Realms was like the early entrepreneur of microtransactions. It really was. Like, you think back to then, like, it wasn't a great system, but it was the early startings of what it would be now. And it's crazy. And things were so much different back then. Back then, people enjoyed video games and they were fun. Now it's like, feels like a chore to play a video game, and that's a problem. If it's not fun, that's a problem. It should always be fun. But yeah, I feel the same way. I miss how things used to be. I miss, you know, logging on every day, just vibing and chilling. That was it. And I probably should have been doing more in that game, but being young, I didn't really know how anything worked. Although I was a gamer on Free Realms. Got all the levels to 20. Not a lot of people did that, so there's that. But yeah, that's this Reddit post. The only reason I wanted to read it was because I was intrigued, and it's a lot. It's like, this is like, you know, you read a lot of Reddit posts and you don't really like, you know, you'll glance over like, where did everyone go? Like, you'll glance over that stuff. But seeing this post made me like, maybe it makes me forget all the drama. It makes me just put all that to the side and be like, this is a real person telling a real story about how much they miss Free Realms. We never see these types of posts, and I want to see more of these. Come on, guys, get a little feelsy, you know? Just literally get a little feelsy, you know? Just do it. I'm not going to read the comments, but I did want to read the post because this is already a long video. But yeah, man, I miss Free Realms too. I miss a lot. Hopefully, Free Realms Sunrise, I don't think it's going to launch this year. But I don't want to get anyone's hopes up. I'm hoping for next year because I really do think that we are going to see Free Realms return soon, I hope. I do truly, I believe in Mayhem. I don't know if it's 100% belief. I do believe in him because after reading his post and what what he's going through, I have faith. Little bit of faith, but I do have it. So, yeah, hopefully we can see this game again, and if it's not the same, it's fine. We get it back. You know, that's all that matters. But anyway, that's going to be the video for today, but thank you guys for watching. If you did, as always, I appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next video. And, yeah, goodbye.